Hello and welcome to the Main Cave. Now in today's video I want to show you something that I've got hold of that is very cool. It's this, the ranvoo AICE LITE cooling and heating neck fan, and I'm going to show you how this thing has helped me more than I initially thought it would. So if you're new here, we make regular videos on gaming and technology for your smart home, so please do consider subscribing, as we may make a video to make your life easier and I wouldn't want you to miss out. So do hit subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Well then, here we have a new product from ranvoo superseding the AICE 3, and it's called the AICE LITE. It's essentially a neck fan, but with more power, more functions, and well, basically it's one of the best applications of a device doing a single job that I've come across recently, as it does it so well with hardly anything that I'd want to change about it. So in the box then you get number 1, the neck fan, number 2, well, nothing else. That's it. Well, that's a lie, you do get a safety manual, but that's it. No manual, no charging cable, just the device itself. On the box is a QR code, or go to the website and you'll be directed to the app which you can use to control the fan and get more information such as the manual, but I'll talk about that a bit later. So once out then, it feels really premium. It's made of a nice plastic. It's roughly 20 centimeters long, 20 centimeters wide, 4 to 7 centimeters deep, and probably the most important stat is that it weighs 520 grams. Weight is very important here, as it would become uncomfortable had it been too heavy sat on the neck. But with what's packed into this, that's a very good weight. So here I have the white version, but it also comes in blue. There are very minimal controls on it. On the top left is a power/mode button. Behind that is a plus and a minus, which is the speed control. And then on the side of there is the left is a display panel. The panel is bright and clear and displays relevant information, but you will need to read the manual to fully understand what mode you're in and what the fan is trying to do, such as cool fast or heat slowly. The power button is recessed in, which means you can't accidentally turn it on or off when trying to manually change the fan speed using the button behind, which are raised and easily distinguishable. One small thing for me though is that my muscle memory on all my devices are forward is up, back is down, but this is reversed. To hit down, you need to hit the front button, and to hit up, you hit the back button. It's a small thing, but it's just a personal issue more than anything. The power button is also for modes, so one quick press turns it on and off, and to hold it down changes the mode. Here you have red for heat, green for the fan mode, blue for cooling, and white for AI mode. Along the sides of the top are 2 long fans, 2 more on the side, 2 more on the bottom at the back, and this gives a very nice coverage of blowing whilst wearing. You really feel the air flowing all around your neck and up to your head and down on your shoulders. It's a lovely experience. The device itself moves open so you can fit it so it fits different sized necks. It also goes wide as around, I'd say around as I didn't want to stretch it too far, about 15 centimeters wide, and will sit unaided either 11 centimeters or 4 centimeters at the front. The mechanism around the back is hinged, and this is covered by a rubber material, meaning you can't get caught up in it. It's a nice design. On the left underside is the USB-C port for charging. It claims to get around 12 hours of usage, and that's about right, as I hardly charge this and I use it every day. So about now what you might be thinking, cool, a neck fan, but it is way more than that. If you look on the inside back portion, this whole area is a conductive cooling pad, one on either side, and this sits on your skin using heat transfer to almost instantly cool or heat you. I'm not exaggerating when I say this can get you cool in seconds. I'm obsessed with using this feature. So I live in the UK where it rarely gets hot, so using an aircon unit around my neck on the bus, I'd probably be chased out of the village as a witch. But I do use this daily when on VR, and if like me you want something to cool you down, sharpish, then I have no issues recommending this. It's comfortable and stable enough for around the neck of, say, when I'm playing Beat Saber, and the cooling pad at the back does a great job. After using this for a few weeks, my routine is put it on, turn it on, and set it to AI F1. Now this will mean nothing to you, so let's ping over to the app and I'll show you what that means. As I said earlier, you get a link to the app, which is iOS and Android, and it's called Meteora. Fire up the app, connect it via Bluetooth, and the device named AICE 3 LITE, and in the app it shows up almost instantly the second you turn on the device. So here you have a bunch of information about the device, and you can control it without touching the physical buttons. At the top is to change the device and the settings for updating firmware. Next down is an icon showing you the current battery level and a picture of the device. Under that is the current information on what your device is trying to reach. For example, here it's set to 26°C and the ambient temperature is 18. Hit the plus or the minus to achieve the desired temperature. As I said earlier, I use it on AI mode, which means it reads the outside temperature and tries to keep it in a range set in the app. Under that is the wind speed or fan speed and a power button. This puts it into a sleep mode of sorts and doesn't turn it fully off like it does with the physical button. The section down the bottom here is where you change your mode. Cooling is what the physical button does, changes it to cool and sets the colour to blue. Heating to heat up and red. Wind for just the fans and green. Then the far right is AI for AI mode and the white light. Silent mode you'd think makes it into silent. Well, it's not silent, but it definitely lowers the volume, but only fractionally, as you can see here. Next up is the hot pack, which puts the heat pad on and nothing else. Cooling first, which gets it to cold as soon as possible, pushing the fans to the max. Then low power mode, which can be applied on any mode, and though I've not noticed any difference really, I can only assume that diverts power elsewhere to save battery. Cooling mode goes from 16 Celsius or 61 Fahrenheit up to 30 Celsius or 86 Fahrenheit. Heating goes from 42 Celsius or 108 Fahrenheit up to 51 Celsius or 122 Fahrenheit. Just quickly then, before we leave the app, in settings, it's a good idea to turn off voice reminder. This means that you don't get that loud beep every time you press a button. So the fans are good and the cooling and heating work, but it's the pads on the back is where it's at. Resting on your neck, within a few seconds you start to feel the heat or the cold come through with the thermodynamics in play. It's an almost immediate effect. When I needed to cool down fast, I moved from my usual AI mode into cooling first, and whether or not I wanted the fans on or not. Keeping the back of the neck cold and blowing a slight gust upward towards my head was very satisfying. I wish I had a thermal camera to show off this in detail, but instead you need to take my word for it that this thing does what it says, and it does it well. So I use this out and about, and I can see this being a game changer for those in hot countries. So I use this instead of aircon in my car, and apart from heating up the passengers whilst I drove in comfort, it was excellent. Also, as I said before, using this in VR was a brilliant way to enjoy gaming and help with some motion sickness and keep me cool. In the marketing it says it has hair anti-pinch, which I can't test personally, but my wife did, and although her hair got caught up in it a little bit, in no way did it pull or pinch it, so that's all good there. Overall, it's a great product that you need to decide whether you will get use out of it. It really does heat up and cool you down very fast. Much better than the other neck fan I've had that simply just blows recycled air into your face. Please do let me know what you think. I'll leave links down below of where you can find out about this, the ranvoo AICE LITE. Please do like, please do subscribe, and until the next video, bye bye.